Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hermitcraft. Last time we worked on this area here with our Scarab enclosure, as well as the Scarab statues, and we built a super overpowered piglin farm in the Nether, which we got a lot of resources from, and we used some of the gravel from that piglin farm to make this during a live stream on Tuesday. So yeah, it was a good time. We put down a whole bunch of green concrete powder because I've basically decided we're going to make this area here into our plant farming area, because we already got, the dried kelp farm, so I think it makes sense to put the plant farming area over here. I've also laid out some areas where walls are going to go, and I think the first thing we're going to do today is actually enclose this entire room. So this is going to be just one big room, so basically these Scarab statues all the way over to the Desert Temple area. So there's going to be a big wall right here, and then probably another big wall at this point right here. And in between, I think we're going to have staircases, like dual staircases leading up to the second floor. One going this way and one going this way. And then probably the same thing on the other side. So a big wall up here. And the roof, I think, is going to be one block above where the concrete is. So we're not going to be able to see the dried kelp blocks up there from below here. So yeah, that is the plan for right now. We're going to go ahead and put down a whole bunch of sandstone and sandstone variants. We'll probably make it look similar to this wall here, except without the holes in it. I think that would look pretty cool. So we'll put that here, and then probably just a roof of sandstone, or maybe we'll go with some type of wood or wood planks. I'm not exactly sure what we'll do for the roof, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and make this room happen here. So give me a sec. Let me go and grab some sandstone, and I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Scarab enclosure room, and you can see we've had some major changes here. So in addition to the walls, we put down some basalt pillars, actually polished basalt pillars here, which now go all the way up to the roof, and they're sort of anchored in by both the podzol down here with the nether roots on top, and also there's some stairs up there, you can see, some smooth sandstone stairs, which sort of anchor them to the ceiling, so that provides a nice structure to support the roof here. We also have some soul fire up there on some soul soil, and that's sort of like, I guess, sort of bordered by a trapdoor of warped wood. So these things right here, warped wood trapdoors. We got some lanterns here. Obviously we have some twisting vines showcasing where the entrances and exits to the room are. So right here, and then same thing on the other side if I look through the glass over here. Speaking of the glass, we got this now going all the way up to the ceiling. You can see more polished blackstone up there. And so now we can't, we can't fly over this area here. You can't jump in or anything. So nobody's going to fall into the Scarab enclosure. Look at that little guy just scurrying about down there. There he goes. That's awesome. So yeah, I think this whole area has vastly improved now. We actually moved the carpet over one block as well. So now we have 2 pieces of crimson wood on this side and 2 pieces on this side as well. So that's pretty nice. By the way, we are now at, let's check the ledger here. We're now at a total of 1,782 diamonds invested in the pyramid, which is over a chest of diamonds so far. So, yeah, pyramid getting kind of expensive, and yeah, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. So, now, what I want to do next is I actually ran out of these nether root plants when I was building this, so I had to go and get some nilium and make like a little farm over here. So I think I want to make another plant farm to get the nether roots and the nether sprouts and the crimson roots, and also the mushrooms, like the crimson and the warp mushrooms, or fungus, I guess is what they're called. So I think I'm going to make a combination nether plant farm and nether tree farm. I think that's what we're going to do today, and I think we're going to put that over here in this section where we're going to put our plant farming stuff. I think maybe like right over here would be a good spot for that. So first thing we need to do is actually go and gather some obsidian from our piglin farm in the nether. So let's head out there real quick. Alright guys, so we're back at the piglin farm, and yeah, I forgot to mention this last time, so I'll just mention it here. This is actually a design which is based off a design by YRAS Creation. So yeah, check out the link in the description if you want to know how to build this piglin farm yourself. But this has been producing just a ridiculous amount of stuff for us. Look at all this stuff we got. You see, I've actually cleared out a lot of stuff. We're actually clearing out the obsidian and the crying obsidian here, and more stuff just filters in behind it when we take out one thing. Another thing comes in, and yeah, you can see in here we got ourselves a bunch of both crying obsidian and obsidian. Now, Mojang are planning to nerf piglin bartering in the near future. And yeah, they do get kind of mad at you if you look in chests nearby. But yeah, so yeah, I would recommend getting on piglin bartering as soon as possible because it is going to be somewhat nerfed in 1.16.2. But they did add recently the ability to get blackstone and spectral arrows, which I'm holding right now in my hand, from bartering. So that's awesome. Spectral arrows are best arrows, so you guys can get a bunch of those through bartering soon. And yeah, renewable blackstone, also very good. So it's great to see some bartering changes coming to the game soon, and yeah, I'm looking forward to renewable blackstone and also getting more spectral arrows without having to craft them. We can just barter for them now, so that's great. But in the meantime, I've been planning out some things here for the Nether Tree Farm and for the Nether Plant Farm, sort of a combo farm. But I also want them to sort of work separately, so we're going to have to figure out something for that. So yeah, I've marked out like a spot here. I think this should be able to fit the farm, and it's going to be kind of tall. It's actually going to go beyond the current height of the second floor, which is right here. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem. We'll probably just have to have this come over here and have like a little balcony overlooking the plant farming area, which is totally fine because, you know, we have all this other space here that still needs to be used, and space above and space below and space to the left of me, space to the right of me. Space everywhere. So, yeah, we are going to start this farm build right now, and yeah, I'll be back once I've made a little bit of progress. After a little bit of progress, we now have ourselves a Nether Tree Farm, and it just turns out that the Nether Tree Farm actually vaguely resembles a Nether Tree. If you consider this to be like the trunk, and then you got like the branches and the leaves coming off on the side. Very vaguely, you have to really use your imagination, but a little bit. So, right. This thing is up and should be ready to go pretty much. All we got to do to test this thing out is simply put down up here some TNT. So we'll put down a couple of TNT in here. We'll put down a couple of TNT in there. And we'll put down a couple of TNT in there. Okay, perfect. That should work, we hope. So, let me show you guys how to use this tree farm. So, basically, we have ourselves a dispenser here, and we have ourselves a piece of Nillium here. So, this can be either Crimson Nillium, or it can be Warped Nillium. So, here we have Crimson Nillium, so we need to put down the Crimson Fungus on that for it to grow a tree. And, yeah, to do that, all we got to do, place down some fungus like this, and one of these days, yep, there it is. It'll grow into a crimson tree. So there we go. Crimson tree has grown. And you'll see, yeah, it also grew through the blocks so that some of it is on the outside. And so, yeah, this is basically how the farm works. We basically then take this, we harvest this, just like so. And you see we got all 6 pieces of crimson stem. And you'll also see that whenever the tree grows, basically what happens is, if I can get this thing to grow here. There we go. Yep. The Nillium gets pulled away at the last possible moment. So then you can just harvest this, and the Nillium is put back right there automatically for you. So that's how the farm works. And yeah, over time, the netherwort and the shroomlights and the vines and things all grow up on the outside of the farm. And that's where the redstone bit comes in. This redstone bit in there. We have a button up here, so we don't even have to move from this point. We can just simply hit the button, and that will then drop TNT from those dispensers up there. There's 3 in total, and that will basically explode everything once on the ground level, like right on top of this block, and then once about halfway up there to destroy as many netherwort blocks and shroomlights and things as possible. So if I get up here, you can see we have a circuit up here. Basically what happens is these dispensers on the sides activate first. They drop their TNT all the way down, and then on a delay, it ignites another TNT, which is prevented from falling immediately by that piston, which is extended via this pulse extender. And then after a brief time, the pulse extender runs out, the TNT falls and explodes in midair. And then the same thing happens on the back side. If I can, let's see, can I get up here maybe? Same thing happens on the back side, but on a significant delay, because we don't want to lose items from another explosion. So, You only use about 6 TNT per explosion, but let's just see if we can harvest this stuff on the sides. Everything here should end up in this chest down here. So if I throw like a golden carrot here, you can see it lands on top of the ender chests, which are indeed explosion proof. But it gets pulled through the hopper still, and yeah, comes down here where everything is collected. And you can see I have a bunch of scaffolding and stuff from when I was actually constructing this thing up here, and there's probably a bunch in here, yep, as well. Very good. Okay, so let's test the button out. Let's come in here, hit this, see what happens. There's our TNT falls. Boom, boom, and then the backside. Boom, boom. Beautiful, beautiful. And we have a couple of straggler wart blocks, but if we hit the button again, it should take care of those, I believe. Yep, there they go. So that harvested everything. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, let's check and see what we got in here. 32 wart in there. 29 nether wart blocks, and a weeping vine, and a shroom light. Sweet, yeah. So real quickly here, a couple other features of this farm. Number one, you can easily swap out the Nilium type and the wood type you get. So instead of getting crimson, let's say if we want warped wart, all we got to do is break this. This then gets collected by the hoppers down here. And you'll see, yeah, we just then get out our Nilium for the other type and our other fungus, and we just then simply place this down, put this in the offhand, and we're good to go. So there we go. Now we can farm warped wood just like so, and then hit the button and the TNT falls, and yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Also, you might wonder what this lever is here. This basically is just in case you strip the first piece of wood here, like when you're right-clicking with your fungus. So you might be right-clicking with a, like this. You might be right-clicking with the fungus in your offhand and your axe in your main hand. And if you do that, you can sometimes, I actually need more fungus to run this here. But yeah, if you do that, you can sometimes strip the first piece of wood, which means you end up with a situation like this. So yeah, if that happens, all you have to do is flick this down after breaking the wood, and yeah, the Nilium returns so that you can plant the fungus on the Nilium. So that's just to correct that if that happens and you strip the first piece of wood. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, you can then destroy all these with TNT, or you don't have to. You could just leave it. That's actually why I picked the crying obsidian, because the crying obsidian actually emits light. So if we get up here, you can see we're actually at light level 8 right next to the block. So yeah, mobs actually can't spawn on this stuff right here next to the crying obsidian. I think maybe they might be able to spawn. See if I get up here. Can they spawn up here? Nope, they can't spawn here either. So yeah, it's highly unlikely with this crying obsidian emitting light that mobs can spawn on these blocks. So you don't necessarily have to harvest them every single time. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now that we know some of the features of this farm, I think it's now time to go ahead and make the nether plant farm. The plant farms are going to be basically fed partially from this chest here. So we're going to have, you know, these weeping vines and nether wart blocks and warp wart blocks all feeding into the automatic nether plant farm. And that's going to give us a bunch of the fungus, which we need to run the tree farm. And it's also going to give us a bunch of other stuff like crimson roots and warped roots and stuff, which we can then feed back into the chest. So I'm not going to do that automatically. I'd like to keep them separate and have like toggles to send this stuff or not, because we may actually want these blocks themselves. So I don't want to, send things automatically in case I do need these blocks. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and make probably a crimson plant farm over here, and then a warped plant farm over here. I think that would be kind of cool and give it a nice symmetry to the whole build. So I'm going to get on that, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we got ourselves a Crimson Nilium farm almost completed. So here's how it's working. So basically, this is the chest where all of our warp blocks come in and things. So we can either lock this or not. So right now, if it's locked, obviously stuff doesn't go down. But if it's unlocked, see that stuff goes in there, and then it creates bone meal via the composter here. hopper suck out the bone meal, put it into this dispenser here, which has a couple bone meal in there. Then we have this circuit here. This is the on-off switch, by the way. This turns the thing on, so you can see it starts a little bit of a clock here. And yeah, there's also a clock that activates the bone meal here. So it has a single item in here, goes back and forth, and then locks whenever this is on. So that's how we can turn it on and off easily. So this will bone meal the Nilium, which is going to be right on top of it. We can actually go ahead and start to put this stuff down right here, right now. So we might as well do that. So there we go. And then basically, the clock also activates dispensers here, which are going to have water buckets in there. And that's going to push everything over to this point right here. At which point, everything will be collected and then sent up into this chest. So you can see if I put in, let's say I put in a couple of green concrete powder. Those come up right here via a item elevator right here. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, one of these is still in this section, but that's fine. Right, so let's go ahead and just get rid of this. We'll put that down, and we're pretty much done. Let's just go ahead and put on some glass here too, just so everything is good. I think this should be far enough away from the TNT to be fine, but we want this on so that basically the items that pop off, they don't jump off into the onto the andesite. There we go. Okay, I think this thing is ready. Now all we need are some water buckets. So I got one bucket here, and I need to actually go and grab another bucket. So let's just walk on through the pyramid here, get ourselves a bucket. You'll see we also added stairs in here. Stairs going up both sides right there, so that's kind of neat. And let's just go ahead and get a bucket over here. I'm pretty sure we have one in this utilities chest over here. Right here. Yes, we do. Very good. Okay. So we'll get some water from in here. Should have brought my fireworks rockets, but that's okay. So this one, there we go. Picking some out of the waterlogged stairs. And we'll make our way back and we'll test this thing out. So all we should have to do is flick the lever and it should automatically run. And get ourselves some nether plants. So let's just bounce over here. Place down our water bucket. And we'll turn it on. And hopefully this works. Alright, bone mealed. Everything's going in. Everything's getting collected. And it works. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There it is again. There's our fungus. More crimson roots coming in. There it is. Let's check the timings. Timings I think should be good. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. And every time the dispenser fires when it's not, like right now, for instance, when it can't dispense the bone meal, it doesn't use the bone meal itself. So that's good. Looks like everything has time to make it over there. Yeah, that's working well. That's working well. Look at that. We already got almost a stack of crimson roots. Jeez. Nice, nice, nice. All right, and then to turn it off, all we should have to do is just flick this lever, and it's off. Sweet. All right. Super easy and super simple. Crimson root farm and crimson item farm. This also does occasionally get warped fungus as well. But I want to make one that has warped Nilium on the other side here. So, yeah, let me go ahead and just cover this all up. We're going to make the same thing, but with warped Nilium on the other side. All right, check it out. Warped Nilium down. We got some stuff in here. We got some crimson roots I put in there, because we're not going to need those for right now. That's going to make some bone meal. And let's start it up. Oh, there was a block in there. That's all right. Should work fine after this, once we get the bone meal dispensed. Hey, there we go. Yep, and everything pops off. Fantastic. Nice. So yeah, I don't think it collects the sprouts that sometimes form, but it does collect the roots and the fungus, so that works quite nicely. That works quite nicely. All right. Sweet. All right, so that's that. That is now done, so we will stop this right here. The rest of the stuff will come on up, and yeah, both these are now working fine. So that is the plant farm and the tree farm now complete. You know what? We had to do it. We had to do it. went with the purple glass up here instead of the clear glass. Got the red glass down here. And we got the cyan glass over here. And now you can see we have the farms running right now. We do get a surprising amount of stuff from this, including like some vines and some crimson fungus and some crimson roots. And then sort of the opposite over here with this one. You also occasionally get a warped fungus with this crimson bit. Also, it's worth noting you don't really need this much crimson nilium. I just did that for aesthetic purposes. You could put down like dirt or like podzol around the central nilium bit. The only thing that's actually necessary is the central nilium underneath where I'm standing here, though. So yeah, that is pretty cool. So those farms are now done as well. So yeah, this farm area is now completed. One other thing I want to briefly mention is that we've now expanded our sorting system yet again. So we are now sorting the following things. So we have a category here for warped and crimson wood products. So that is like your warped planks, your crimson trapdoors, your warped trapdoors, your slabs, pressure plates, doors, etc. So all that stuff is being sorted in this slice of the sorter here. We also have what I'm calling a utility blocks category. So this is all the workstations plus furnaces, respawn anchors, enchanting tables, and campfires. And I'd like to add, let's see if we can make one here. I've already made one of these. We have a lodestone compass here. But I want to make another one or two of these. Actually, probably a couple of these. So we'll make our way over here. We're going to make ourselves a lodestone block, which we need chiseled stone bricks for. There we go. So we'll do this. And there we go. Lodestone. Perfect. There we have it right there. Makes a kind of a cool sound when you actually place it down. And yeah, we've actually, like I said, made a lodestone and placed it all the way at the top of the pyramid. Like that block way, way, way up there at the very pinnacle of the pyramid. Right underneath the pinnacle of the pyramid is actually a lodestone. So you can see, if I walk around this compass will always point to Xibalba. So the red tip of the compass always points to Xibalba. So I figure this is probably a good way to like we could put this compass at the shopping district, and if somebody needed to make their way to this base or somewhere else, then they could just follow the compass, and that would lead them there. So we'll probably be using these lodestones in some fashion later on in the season, but for now we don't have enough, so we can't really sort them out. I'm just going to put this one over here for now, but yeah, eventually we want to have lodestones sorted in this slice. Next slice is fireworks, so we got explosive fireworks of some types. And we also have, of course, the Flight Duration 1 rockets here. So that's what's being sorted in this slice. Then we got our banner slice. So we got line banners, ominous banners, and then some banner patterns. These banner patterns actually can't be sorted out because they are non-stackables. But yeah, we put them in there anyway because that's where they fit. We got arrows in this section right here. So spectral arrows, regular arrows, and arrows of slowness are being all put into here. And so, yeah, with that... that is our sorting system as it currently stands. Pretty nice. And we also added more items that weren't for some reason in the sorting system. Like for some reason I didn't have cobble slabs sorting into the stone chest over there. So put those in there. We put in red nether bricks in the nether stuff chest. A couple other things we moved around. But yeah, just wanted to give people an update on the sorting system and how that thing's going. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will have to say a farewell for now. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. Be sure to subscribe, because if you don't, you might miss next episode when we build a department store in the pyramid. Once again, thanks so much for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.